Hi everybody, it's Christine Bertram. I'm coming to you live from the Hive here in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. It is a Thursday and it's November 21st. You guys always see that I have to look over to the right before I say the date. And it is because I sometimes don't remember what the date is. I just know what day of the week it is. So we're here tonight to do the Season of Elegance card class. Oh, they're so pretty. We had 15 people here in person last night to do this class. It was amazing. I think they all loved the cards and had a great time. And it has been a little while since we've had 15 people. I had only one open chair in the Hive, and that chair was actually not open because Hunky Noodle was sleeping on the chair for most of the night next to Jill. And Jill was sitting there, and she pulled the chair right next to her, and he kind of like leaned up and took a nap right next to Jill, so it was adorable. So we're here, and we're gonna make 4 amazing cards that feature the Season of Elegance class, which consists of 2 bundles. We'll go over that in a little bit, but I have some people here that are already ready to go. And they are Mary Lemke playing Grandma in McHenry, Illinois. I love it. Good job, Mary. I think you swung back there on your way home from your weekend with the girls, didn't you? Hi, Linda Krause. Hi, Gail Stefan. Hi, Susan Bellamy. Hi, Sherry Stewart. And there's Kathleen Ketterman and Sarah Mitchell. Hi, Angelique. And there's Dar. I'm so happy you found us, Dar. There is Linda Hunt. Hi, Sherry Otts. And Holly Papalo, hi Trish Fagley, hi Jean Shute, hi Linda Hindy, and there's Trish Fagley, and Sandy Wicklander with all my bees and hearts, I love it. Hi Laura Wood, hi Cheryl, hi Donna Grushki, there's Maria and Sandy, and Linda, oh my. Hi Nedra, hi Sherry, there's Feline, hey Rose Coleman, how are you? I got to catch your live a little bit today. And not a lot, but I got a little bit I got in there. And yeah, Donna's already got a kitten spotting. I love it. Hi, Judy Sharp. Hi, Deb Norman. So I saw a bunch of you. Well, I didn't see you per se, but I saw your names recently. I did my showcase video at 3 o'clock and we finished at 5:26. It was a little bit of a lot of a showcase. I give kudos and props to anybody who was there for the entire time. I did warn you that it was going to be a monstrosity of a walkthrough video because we went over a lot. Well, first we went over sourdough bread. So I went and I looked at the loaves again just now. I'm like, they're little baby loaves. Like they're not baby, but they're not big. So they're somewhere in the middle, but they're a dense, thick unit of bread. So it's the thought that counts. So we talked about bread. We went over upcoming things from now through the middle of January. So much stuff, you guys, so much good stuff coming. And we went over Gina's classes, we went over Julie's class, and Julie's class was gone in T-minus 2 seconds, and they're gone. So, and I just got off the phone with her, and she said that she only had 2 left. So we'll have to we have 2 left, so that's how that goes. And then we went over all my past classes, and I had a few more than I thought I had, but I don't have a lot in like relative speaking, I think. So if you missed the showcase video, go back and watch it. And you can, if it's too much to watch 2.5 hours, put it on the fast speed. Not that I don't talk fast already, but you could have me talking even faster. Like the chipmunks, right? When they put it on the Alvin, when they put Alvin on the fast space. I remember a chipmunks where Alvin would talk really, really, really fast, like on helium. So, all right. So the showcase is out there. Go for it, watch it. You guys, by the time I got done with that video, I was famished. So I went in and a lucky girl like me had homemade chicken noodle casserole from my mom. She brought it in today because she made it for dinner last night for the grandkids and my dad. And so she brought me a tub of it and oh, it was so good. I heated it up and was like, ooey gooey goodness. So sorry to make anybody hungry that is hungry, or I should say more hungry. Hi, Cindy Rentry. Hi, Laura Sullivan. Hi, Sherry Stewart. And there's Feline Mays. Yay, so many fun classes for December and beyond. Yay. So now I'm processing what classes I want to order. Good. Yes. And send me one email. I would love it. I would love it a long time. I would love it a lot if you go through that email, make a list, and if you don't want to handwrite, like let's say you handwrite out your list. If you don't want to email me your list, all you have to do is take a picture and send it to me, and I can work off of a picture. whatever is the easiest way for you to get me your class list, I'll take it. So, and it's always so much easier with one email. Otherwise, what happens is if you email 4 times, I'll respond to the email, I'll work through my email, I'll respond to the next one, and then the next one, and then it's just like multitude of emails. So, hi Sherry, hi Mary Novak. All right, you were decorating your tree. Very good. So you were listening in the background and multitasking. We do that the best, don't we? All right. I'm going to do roll call because I have the book open in front of me right now, and then I can shut it and put it away for the time being. Hi, Hope Toy. You said hello early, but I don't see the post anymore. Well, hello. Sorry that it disappeared. And Cindy said, I'm sorry if I have already said what paper pumpkins do you have available. It's okay. Hi, Mary Ellen Ryan. I have I've been saying this a lot. Oodles McOodles. Oodles of the November pumpkin because I forgot to change my subscriptions. I got how many I normally would get. Well, I got how many I got for last month, which was a lot because I knew last month was going to be an amazing one. Not that this month isn't amazing. It's just that these are not cards. For November, they're stockings. And people don't always get into non-cards, I should say, non-cards. So I have lots of the sweet stockings, and I have 3 left from the June paper pumpkin. So if you're not certain what the June paper pumpkin is, it's called Life is Sweet. And you could look that up on the internets or the world wide webs. All right, so we're gonna do roll call really quick. Angelique McClendon, Sandy Wicklander, Sherry Everett, Donna Grushke, Laura Sullivan, calling Laura Sullivan, Jeannie Parker, Shirley Malarkey, Nadra Dover, Kathy Showalter, Chris Robinson, Tundra Hudson, Doris Munson, Kathleen Ketterman, Linda Rios, Barbara Rudolph, Sandy Coy Emery, Francis Rodriguez, Elaine Rebeck, Debbie Ebersbacher, Vicki Rodriguez, Anna Schaffer, Debbie Stone, Mary Lemke, you're very welcome, Cindy Rentry, Mary Lemke, Karen Woods, Feline Mays, Pat Fleming, Brenda Cottrell, and Brenda is so sad right now, you guys. We mailed out her package to her on November 8th, and it's sitting in USPS, United States Postal Service's limbo land. Everybody cross your fingers and all your toes and say a lot of prayers and happy thoughts for wherever her package is, that it arrive at her doorstep soon, okay? Because we never want missing card kits lost. And I hope that the package, I'm not going to think the worst. Brenda, it's coming. It's got to come. So, Lori Baxter, Hope Toy, Suzanne Neild, Sarah Mitchell, Susan Bellamy, Leslie McMinn, Linda Scott, Bridget Rowe, Trisha Fagley, Patty Wright, Christina Bernards, Susan Ray Hendricks. Every time I see Christina's name, I think it's my name, but it's actually Christina Bernards. Susan Ray Hendricks and Margene Eskelson, Nancy Cochran, Dorel Halfaker, Karen Stagg, Phyllis Oderman, Vera Anderson, Rachel Horsch, Becky Gandolfo, Carissa Alberts, Gwen Petrashek, Tammy Steckling, Lynn Beasley, Dar McCarthy, Amy Ponce, Julie Block, Janet Prue. Julie Block is actually Wanda Zerman because Julie's actually coming in person, so that's really kind of Wanda. And Janet Prue, Linda Hunt, and Ruth Nicholson, Rose Garibaldi, Shelley Cooper, Mary Jo Stoll, and Linda Kester. I caught you. You said in my showcase video that you wanted this class, so I put your name down already. So, oh my goodness, ask her local post office to track it to the last place it was scanned. Yes, Feline Mays, that's a great point. Brenda, take the tracking number that you emailed me back, because you got it in pirate ship, emailed it out to you. Take that tracking number to your post office. I paid for, I don't know if I had prior, I did, I don't remember if I had priority shipping or if I had a purple package for you. But yes, take that tracking number to the post office and have them accountable for it. Because I'll be honest, once it leaves my door here and it goes out of here, I don't have control over it. So that if Brenda, if you're watching, I'll message her that too, just to double check. Rose is here. So I do a roll call for 2 main reasons. One is to thank all those gals. They bought classes from me or they placed an order to get the class for free. And I greatly appreciate their support by getting my kitted classes. The other thing is I like to do that because I got a little bit a lot going on in my life, and sometimes I do miss signing people up, or I am a little bit behind in my email or missed an email. So I always do the roll call, and it helps because from time to time, people will say, hey, you didn't say my name, but I signed up for class. And it's like, okay, I'll get you a card class, or I'll get you the kit. I'll make it up. Like, I'll get it to you. So I have the opportunity to fix something. And at this moment, I don't know why, but we made 96 of this class, and we made 96 of the Season of Green and Gold. Season of Green and Gold was last month, and that was done and gone. The last 2 kits went like hotcakes when I went live, whatever that was last month. But for this class, I don't know what it is. Oh, Sandy Coy Emery, didn't hear her name. That is true. No, yeah, Sandy. So Sandy, no, you were number 15. If I missed your name, I apologize. But it was Barbara Rudolph, Sandy Coy Emery, Francis Rodriguez. I could have sworn I said it, but maybe I didn't. But you're number 15, and you got your kits, and you got the promotional half a pack of paper. So I feel like I have you. If you got your kits, you're on my list. So did you say my name, Doris? Oh, I don't, oh, okay, you guys, I don't know. I could have sworn, but I had a commercial. Oh, you had a commercial pop up. Ah, I don't know. I'm not going to go back and look, Doris, but just in case, I'll write. Yeah, Doris, you're number 12. I saw your name. You guys, do you remember that game when you were younger, like visually picking out things out of a list and seeing how fast you can find them? Maybe it wasn't a game. Maybe I just did it for myself. But Doris, you're number 12. I did say your name. So you're signed up. You're good to go. But I saw your name just in the blink of an eye. It popped up. I saw you. So yes, I'd like to make sure that you guys, if you got kits, and Doris, your box just mailed out today, so you wouldn't know. But just know, if you got the PDF tutorial, which I emailed out last week, you guys, if you get the tutorial, you know you're on the list. So that helps too. So I did email this PDF tutorial out to you guys last week, Wednesday. Jolene is on it this month. We are not sending the tutorial, well, not on 100% today. For Rose's class, we sent it on the same day. But my other classes, I was able, because I was going on vacation last week, we got like 3 of my classes emailed out last Wednesday, all in one day. It was like, you guys probably got inundated with PDF tutorials, but hey, that's good. Better earlier than late. So yes, the tutorial was mailed out, and getting the PDF tutorial for me is an indicator that you are on the class list as well. So also, if you're a member of my Inspiration Hive, my repository of where I have hundreds of PDF tutorials, this was put in there as well. So you can go access this tutorial if you want to kit and cut up your own materials to make these cards with me. So all right, back to the Season of Green and Gold, sold out in class. For this one, I would have to say these cards are as pretty as, I wouldn't say they're prettier. I'd say they're as pretty as the Season of Green and Gold, but I have about 25 left. So if you're watching this video now, or tomorrow, or next week, or in 3 months, or in a year, I'll bet you any money I will still have some kits available. And the way that you'll know is go to my resources link or tab on my website, which is cardsbycrispy.com, and go to the resources, go all the way, like scroll up so you're going down, right? Like put your finger up so you go down, and look at my past classes, and it's called the Season of Elegance. And if there are kits that are listed there, like if the class is listed, that means I have kits available. So awesome. I also want to give a big shout out to some specific people. I had Donna Grushke, Laura Sullivan, Barbara Rudolph, Sandy Coy Emery, Francis Rodriguez, Elaine Rebeck, Vicky Rodriguez, Anna Schaffer, and Lynn Beasley, who all bought this bundle, one of the bundles, as their registration for class. And they did that, and they got a half a pack of designer series, of the matching designer series paper from me. It's my way of saying, wow, you really like this bundle, I like this bundle, and you really like this bundle, and you bought it as your registration for class. And so it's my way of saying, awesome, thank you for liking what I like. It's kind of how that rolled out to me in my head about 4 years ago when I started doing that. So I appreciate you guys buying the bundle, using the host code, and getting the class from me. All right, I'll bring my book out later because I did number everybody who placed an order to get this class for free. And we will go through that at the end. And then, I can't forget, we ran out of time on the showcase video, you guys. My stomach was starving. So I opted to not do the drawings for the month of October at the end of my last video, the showcase video. I'm going to do it at the end of this class because I needed to eat. So, all right, before we get started too, and Julie Bierschbach, you guys, we showed off. Julie Bierschbach is on my team, and she had 2 of her class left, and I showed them off on my showcase video. Just in case you watched the showcase video after, they were gone like that, like hot cakes. So just know that those are gone. And I want to show you really quick too what's coming up in the near future. So right now, today, we're doing the suite class. And I like to show off the next class before. So like when we're done here, you know what the next suite class is. The next suite for the month of December features Regal Winter, but the stamp set's called Regal Flora. And it makes these 4 beautiful cards. I absolutely love this navy one. You do need some flowery stamps and a sentiment. This one you need the flower. It doesn't have to be Regal Flora. It can be any flower stamps. And if you're like me, you have a plethora of flower stamps in your arsenal. This one just needed a sentiment. And this one uses flowers. So this sentiment comes from this set, but these 3 sentiments for these other 3 cards, they come from the Loveliest Tree stamp set. So that's where those all come from. The font is really pretty. All right, so that's next month's suite class. Another one where if you want to buy the Regal Flora bundle and spend a minimum $50, I don't remember if that bundle's $45, but you got to get over 50, right? Because it's still for free with a $50 order. But if you buy the bundle as your RSVP for class, you'll get the half a pack of Regal Flora paper. All right, so that's the promotion for next month for this specific class series. And then on Friday at 2 p.m. Central, I have to send a new email out. Tomorrow's Friday. I have to send another email out. I originally posted that this class is going to be at 1 p.m. I have a team of helpers coming in tomorrow, and they're helping me work on making all my Christmas cards to send out to my amazing customers and team. So they're half done, and they think they needed a little more time. So they're going to work from 9:30 until 1:30. And then I'm planning to go live at 2, and class will probably take 3 hours. It's a Stamp-a-Stack. And so just know that this is tomorrow. I have about 25 of this class left. So if you're watching me and you're like, man, I didn't get that, can I still get it? Yes, you can. And it is amazing. 14 unique cards, all featuring the A Little Bit Festive Designer Series paper. You get the pack of designer paper, you get the roll of this gold threading, you get a yard of the cherry cobbler, you get the gold gems. You use up almost everything of the cherry cobbler and the gems. You have a little gold ribbon left. All you need are sentiments. So tomorrow class will start at 2. The first thing we're gonna do is go through and organize our piles to make one pile so that we can rock and roll hoochie coo through all of these cards. You will need some gold embossing powder though on that one. And again, it's called A Little Bit Festive Stamp-a-Stack. It also, we have enough leftovers to make 3 bags so that you can put all your cards into the 3 bags and give the best Christmas or holiday present to 3 people that you love. So think of this class as an investment in your holiday shopping, okay? And then right after, okay, so just one more thing to share before we start making cards. After that, next week we roll into Thanksgiving. So Monday night I have Reindeer Fun ink, paper, scissors. I had 2 of them going into the showcase, and I'm not, like, if you're interested in it, reach out. All I can say is reach out, and I can see if I have some left. And if I, the next 2 people, and as long as like Brenda Cottrell, if her package shows up at her door and it's opened and empty, because that happened to Leslie McMinn once, she sent me a picture of it. They sent her the empty bag. I just wanted to cry. It was like it was her December package on top of it. And it had a caddy in it, like one of those gray caddies. And they sent her an empty package. And thankfully I had every class extra yet that I could send to her. So I have to wait and hear once what Brenda gets in her package. And the same thing happened with the November monthly class. I have 1 left now, and that would be hers if she doesn't get her package. So just know that I make things right, that people aren't going to be without classes because the post office messes up. So anyway, so Monday's the reindeer, ink, paper, scissors. Tuesday's paper pumpkin. We have in the States here on Thursdays Thanksgiving Day, and we'll be, my brother Tom comes in from Stevens Point, and we're working on the OE, Online Exclusives DSP Sampler. So we get that ready. And then the following week is Mystery Card Night on Monday. So that'll be here really quick. And then we lead into the first kitted class of December, which is the Happy Hibiscus Lucky Hand Game Night. And I wanted to show this off because in case you missed the showcase video or you don't ever catch the showcase video, we have these 4 Beautilicious cards featuring the Happy Hibiscus stamp set. And I'm about half full at the moment. So now that you see what the class is about 2 weeks from now. I think it's 2 weeks from tonight. So you can still get in on it. It's floral stamps, right? So We all have a lot of floral stamps, I think. I'm just judging, not judging, I'm assuming is the right word. I'm assuming we do. No judgment. This is a judgment-free zone. So, all right, you guys, are we ready to rock and roll with our Season of Elegance class? So, my live chat keeps disappearing. All right, so I need the tutorial. Dar, I emailed it to you. So, Dar, you were in my list to get the tutorial. So, did you check your spam folder? And check that because I emailed it to you. It was on Wednesday of last week. You are definitely in my list. So, all right, Season of Elegance. That's what we're working on right now. If you are local to me and interested in taking this class in person, I have availability. Classes Saturday morning at 10 o'clock here in the Hive. You're welcome, Mary Lemke. If you're rolling through, I could see you showing up at the door. So I wonder when you're leaving to head back. She always finds a reason to come and visit us. So the class I have yet on Saturday morning is that. These are the 4 cards we're going to make tonight. And the girls loved them. They did really good with it. They were nice cards. A lot of the work, you guys, thank goodness the helpers are so amazing. I have die cutters and embossing folder helpers and all the ladies who help kit and cut. Oh my gosh, you guys, definitely it's a team effort and teamwork makes the dream work. I'm going to my book here. Doris sent an email yesterday for the reindeer fun class. Oh, did you? Yes, Doris, you asked for the reindeer fun technique club class with Rose. I put that in your box today. That was free with your order, one of your orders. So not to confuse the situation, but there were 3 reindeer fun classes. One was a Memories and More, which is in your box. One was a Technique Club class, which Rose taught today, in your box. And then there was an ink, paper, scissors. I can't remember if you paid and signed up for that. And that one, you have to just double check because I don't remember seeing that, and unless you did it a while ago. But I remember an ink, paper, scissors being in your box today. So, but that's just me off of memory. Hi, Jamie Kirkpatrick. So, but the email you sent me yesterday was about Rose's Technique Club class. So that I did add to your box before it shipped out. So I have a DSP sampler. I have 4 or 5 of these left. They're a nice little reference tool. And in here, right here, nope, that's next month. This month, we are working with Season of Elegance. So these are the different rainbows of colors that we're working with today. We chose a peacock card, a mossy card, a beige card, and a cherry cobbler card. So these are the different 4 colors we have for class. Now, I just realized how I glued these here. I should have put the red somewhere else, just changed them because you have green, and these 2 pieces are so similar. This one just has a little bit more gold, and this one has less gold, and it's more textury throughout. And then these 2 are so similar. This one has a little more gold than this one does. So these 2 are really interchangeable, but just like one's green and one's beige. And then these 2 are more alike. And then they threw in a red and they threw in a peacock. So very pretty paper. All right. Then the next thing also I want to show you before we start creating, book down. The products that we're using primarily come from the mini catalog. And this suite can be found on the pages that are called 22, 23, 24, and 25. And I would consider this to be a super suite or a mega suite. Oh, wait. So, okay, Rose just helped me keep my A game on. Thank you, Rose. So, back up a little bit, reverse. What Rose just said is the Reindeer Fun was the Technique Club class in October, which that is true. The Decorative Cheers was this month. But Doris, really quickly, your email did come through and asked for Reindeer Fun Technique Club class. So your email asked for the Technique Club class. My mistake was that class was in October, right? So that's what's in your box, and that was what was placed with your order. Like that was what you used your order for, okay? So my bad. Rose, you are correct. Rose, you did that class in October, and I still had leftover kits, and Doris picked one of those. And so I think we're all straight. It's just that I said the wrong month. Her reindeer class was in October. My Memories and More reindeer was earlier in November, and then the new reindeer ink, paper, scissors is this Monday. So we had 3 reindeer fun classes, but they were all spread out with about 3 weeks in between each of them. So yeah, that's how that worked. I guess when you like a reindeer, and people love the reindeers. So This what I call is a super suite or a mega suite because there's 2 stamp sets and 2 dies. So there are 2 bundles. It comes with, like, the suite, if you buy it, has the gold gems. You guys, I thought I wouldn't, like, in the beginning, I didn't realize how much I would use the gold gems. Not that I didn't like them, but I feel that they're very usable. Like, we used them with a little bit festive. They're getting used with the hibiscus cards. I don't even know where I don't even know. I can make your hands clap. They were beautiful. They're on here. So you get a pack of these gold gems in this class. And I was not sad using another set of gems in another class that comes with them because they're pretty. And I love the fact that there's 3 sizes, and they're, like, the big one's maybe a little tall, but the other 2 are a perfect size. So Doris, if I have an ink, paper, scissors, I will add you to my list here. So I know Brenda Lovelace just asked for it. So you would be, Doris, you would be first on my list. I got to make sure that Brenda got hers, right? That's only fair to make sure I save that. So if Brenda's package shows up now, and, like, she goes to the USPS and hopefully it shows up. That's usually what happens, you guys. That's usually what happens. You think it's going to arrive. It doesn't arrive by the time you think it is. You call me or you message me and you're like, hey, this isn't here yet. And then all of a sudden it's there the next day. That's usually how it works for a check too. When you guys mail me checks and I'm like, well, it's been about 7 days or 10 days. That should have been here by now. I ask you and you're like, yeah, I mailed it. And then the next day it shows up. So ask and it hopefully shows up. That's usually how it goes. This has an awesome embossing folder in it called the Painted Trees. And then this cherry cobbler and red ribbon, or the cherry cobbler and gold ribbon. Very pretty. Now, I can't say that we used the cherry cobbler ribbon on any of these cards, so I'm sad that we didn't incorporate that part of the suite into it. But we've been using this cherry cobbler ribbon a lot. We used it, do I have the reindeer cards here? Oh, yeah, you guys, here. We used, if you saw these cards right here, my bags are falling. The cherry cobbler ribbon, it really got utilized on a lot of these cards here. So it's really pretty ribbon. All right, so it gets used in action tomorrow a lot. All right, so that is the suite. And then this is the suite we're gonna feature for Monday night with ink, paper, scissors. All right, so let me put that away. Hi, Sarah Marison. Okay, where do we wanna start? So we're going to be using these 2 stamp sets. These dies got to work out. The one thing we did pull in from a different bundle, this is called Christmas Labels dies. So that got that one label got utilized. And all right, let's move this out of the way and let's get Stampin'. All right, which one do I want to do first? Well, let's get the card kits. Hang on, I gotta get the card kits out. And we'll just grab whichever one's on the top. All right, there it is. So just a reminder, for those that get the class from me, this is your golden ticket. This will help you remember what these 4 cards are. And the name is on here. Your name is on there, hopefully. And then the date. So if you're going through your email, hi Vonda, if you're going through your emails looking for the PDF tutorial, you'd want to do a search of Season of Elegance. If you're going through YouTube, you want to look for Season of Elegance. The other thing is you could go to my events calendar for November 21st. And I also have a link to the YouTube video on there. And there, that's what the golden ticket is all about. Hi, Wendy Janes from snowy Alberta. All right, so let's just grab this one. Everything comes in an envelope and it includes your gems and your ribbon, any die cut bits and parts, any embossed pieces. And this is the card we're going to work on first. So for those of you who did the escape with me, for those who did the Autumn Creative Escape, this will be your double dipper. So if you haven't completed your escape cards yet, now is your time to go pull this kit out, and you could work on 2 cards and have 2 more Christmas cards ready to go. So in your kit, you're going to have your Druzy gems. Barbara said she sent my numbers for game night in a text. I used the number generator. Oh, there is a winner in there. I love it. I love it. So you have a piece of this twine. It's copper clay twine. It's from that Nests of Winter 3 twine combo pack. You have an old olive card base, and you'll want to take your bone folder out and burnish it. And then you have a piece of Very Vanilla, and this is the piece you get to see how the trees emboss. So we tried to have it so that there was a taller one and then the next shorter one. We have to do some work to this though. We have to do a little sponge daubering with Old Olive. So we'll get to that in a moment. You have a little baby strip of vanilla for your sentiment, and you have a label. Now, I'm putting out a public service announcement. I don't know if you guys have noticed it, but we have noticed that of the recent gold foil paper that Stampin' Up! Has been sending out, it hasn't been, the top coating of foil, I say that right, the top coat of foil isn't sticking or adhering properly to the paper. Oh, Sarah loves watching me. Yay! You need to get the times right. Yes. Hi, Virginia, watching from Wisconsin. Yay. So the gold foil paper, and it just is recent. So Karen Ford helped do a lot of the die cutting of the gold, and I'm going to show you what I mean. Now, I'm going to preface this that we picked out the best of the best for the online kits, and we kept the not best of the best for in-person, and we tried to MacGyver them as necessary. And if they weren't MacGyverable, then what we did is we cut a new one. So with that being said, if you are watching me and you want to go check your label, and if you can live with your label, wonderful, yay. And if you can't live with your label and you don't have the die set Peaceful Season, and you don't have gold paper and you can't cut a new one, then let me know and I can put one in the envelope and mail it off to you. But I'll show you what I mean. So this is happening. And let's see if we do this. And maybe it'll look better on green. But, oh yeah. So it started to flake, right? So they gave me the worst one. And they're like, work with it. And so I'm like, okay, I'll show you what I would do to fix this so that I don't have to cut a new one. Now, it works because the bottom and the top are what? See that? The bottom and the top flake off. So look, like that's coming off. So as long as I have it in my hand, I'm going to show you what I will do to fix this. You could get your trimmer out or your scissors, and I am just going to take a scissors and cut it off. And I would prefer to do it like as close as possible in the first trip so that I don't have to go do this. But all right, so I cut it off. And so now you don't see the white, but there's on the bottom here. So I'm going to snip up a hair and a hair, and I'm gonna like come in it this way and go over here and cut that off. And then I'm gonna come from this way and cut it off. Now, if you guys can do that to your label, it's not going to affect the integrity of your card. No one will probably even know that it got trimmed off like that. I have to be very transparent. I can still see that there's a little spot right there, but I think when the whole card gets all put together that nobody's gonna be like, oh man, there's missing some gold there, like when you give it, sew it. But that's how I would do to fix it. Now, again, we went through all 96 of these labels, and of the in-person people, we kept those looking like that back here for the in-person, and we tried to give out all ones that were workable, that where you could just cut the top off. We had some last night where it was flaking there. Now, I can't tell you why, but it was happening with my gold paper that I recently got. So I don't know if they got a batch that wasn't so hot, and it's affecting it with the die cutting. It like it comes flaky like that. Now, if you cut a matte, you're probably not going to experience that, but it was with the die cutting. So, all right, that's how that goes. She did do roll call, and Kathy Showalter, you were on the roll call. Thanks for answering that, gals. I appreciate that. So, putting that out there again, you guys, I don't want you to be unhappy with anything that you get from me. It would make me sad if you're unhappy with me. So if there's something I can do to fix it, just let me know. And if you're good and you can work with it, fabulous. I appreciate that. Very, very good. So that's there. Then in your kit here, you're going to have some trees that are from the Peaceful Evergreens. And you'll have to do the pokey pokey and turn yourself around here. So we'll do like that. And then we'll pick out this one too. So Tammy and her mom did a lot of this die cutting. Gosh, it feels like so long ago too that they did this. So there's two different size trees. So just keep them correct, that the bigger goes with the bigger and the smaller goes with the smaller. How frustrating to you all. You are the best at MacGyvering. Thanks, Cindy. Yeah, you guys, it really, I'll tell you, when you got 96 of these little die cuts back and you had to go through each and every one of them, it took us an extra 45 minutes just laying out that particular piece of this card because it required every one of them to be investigated and then picked over to feel like, okay, well, these need to go to the online and these can be, it created a little bit of extra work. And I didn't even call Stampin' Up yet to tell them because it's, I don't know, like, is it worth telling them that? Because hopefully it was just like a batch that they got that the paper didn't, I would say probably heat or cure correctly would be my guess. You like my MacGyvering. Good, good, good. And if you guys don't know who MacGyver is, Google MacGyver. He was the name of the actor. I don't know who he was in real life, but he was on at like Mondays at 7 o'clock. And I was a little girl growing up, and it was in the 80s, and we would watch MacGyver. And I always had the biggest crush on MacGyver because he could fix everything. And he's a hunk. So I love MacGyver. All right. Because he fixed everything. It was really fun. Okay. So watch MacGyver shows if you can. Oh, so all right. So you are right. No one will notice. Right. Correct. And then, great. Fixing the gold. Okay. Marianne. Hi, Marianne. Okay. And don't forget the thumbs up, you guys. Okay. So you guys are going to get this piece of paper and you're like, what? And you're like, WTF, right? What am I going to do with this? Okay. It is actually, if you look at the next card, we design these independently, but when we realized that this Countryside Corners mat, instead of cutting a fresh new piece of paper, what we did is we cut it out of this mat. And it's okay, because when you put this mat over the top of it, you won't even know. You don't even know that it's back there, okay? So make sure you work smarter with your paper conservation skills. That's what we did there. And then you have a little, I believe it's a 2x2. Nope, it's a 2 3/4 by 2 3/4 piece of the greenie with the gold. And then you have a vanilla for your inside. So we need to do just a little bit of stamping, and we need Mossy Meadow first, complete with something there, okay? And then the stamp that we're gonna use, well, it's called Joy and Love to You. Here it is on this side. Oh, I should look on the right and the left. So Joy and Love to You, was right there. Okay, perfect. I can live with it. And then the inside has wishing you all the things that warm your heart and lift your spirit. And that also is in the Mossy Meadow. Did you send my Reindeer Memories and More kit that you paid for? Yes, Debbie Stone. Yes, Debbie. I sure did. It went in the mail today. So I mentioned in my showcase video that we had made a certain number. I can't remember how many we made, but you signed up and one other person signed up after I had run out of kits, and they were already paid for. And so we decided to kit up 4 more. And so now I have 2 left of the Reindeer Days Memories and More classes. But we kitted those up today, and my mom tracked down the mail lady. Great story, you guys. So she used to be my mail lady. I'm going to talk about this while I do this. So we tracked out, so I used to have a mail lady. Her name is Julie. She was the most amazing mail lady ever. I could leave all of my packages for all you guys on my front doorstep, and she would take them without question. It could be boxes of them, and she would just take them as long as I had them out there by 3:30 when she came by. Okay, well, they changed her mail route, and she was no longer my mail lady, and that was sad times there. I got to go to the post office. My other guy comes at 8 in the morning or 9 in the morning, and I don't have time. So my mom left to go drop them off at the post office, but as she was driving, she ran into a little mail truck, and she pulled right in front, and the lady was walking to it, and you know, it was Julie, my old mail lady, and Julie got to have a conversation with my mom really quick. And the whole, like, in a nutshell, Julie's retiring, and today was her last day. So what are the odds that Julie got to take more packages from me back to the post office on her last day with retiring? I'm like, wow, that was meant to be. That was awesome. All right, Sponge Dauber, Old Olive. What we're going to do, let's flip this back over. We're going to dauber the trees here. You can see there's lightly. You could leave them if you want. If you like them like that, you could stell them all up. Hi, Randy Schultz from Michigan. So we're gonna start on the bottom here. Well, my advice is to start on an area that gets covered up. And how do you know what gets covered up? Take your piece of designer paper that gets covered up. So if you start over here and it's too dark, it's okay because it gets covered up. Then you can work your way. Now you gotta go back and get more ink because the ink's gonna leave your dauber and it's hopefully gonna transfer to the paper. Like that is the goal. And ultimately, we're taking this vanilla and we're giving it a hue of green. And I definitely want to get the tree sponged. And then it's your call if you want to do more or not. So on this one, I did around this open area too, just a little bit. And if you don't like that though, you could definitely not do all of it. So I'm going to do the tree first. Hi, Connie Moore. Yeah, Cindy, I thought it was meant to be. I was like, what are the odds? And then my mom got to tell her good luck and wish her well from me and her, and it was awesome. So that's what it looks like if you just do the trees, which is pretty cool. If you're good with that, you know, a lot of it does get covered up. So if you're good with that, great. But if you want to put a little bit more on here. Hi, Elaine from Allen, Texas. Yay, your first time watching. You go, girlfriend. We hope that you have lots of fun watching and you learn lots of tips and tricks for your card making adventures in your own life. All right, so less is best. You guys, with ink, you cannot take it away. You can only add to it. So unless you start with a new piece of paper. So Jill Butzine jokes a little bit when I have class in person. I always tell people you gotta have a light hand. You gotta have a light hand, and I look right at Jill because Jill has the heaviest hand, and she's okay with it though. She's always really happy with how it turns out. But just know you cannot take ink away. Really, you can only add to it. So, and the goal is to not have the splotchies like that, to have it soft and subtle. Okay, good. That's it. Hi, Bridget Rowe. All right, let's close that up. And let's get on to our assembly. So this one is nice because there are no ribbons behind it. So we'll be able to just glue that flat. But Rose is watching, and I learned an amazing thing from Rose. It's called letting your glue marinate. So when you have fine little details like this, it's great to use the sticker sheets that they have. But you guys, we are not making all your trees into stickers for you. But at home, you could definitely do that. But Rose's little trick here is to put the glue on the back of the tree here. And if you go to put this down right away, it could smear all over the place and you get glue everywhere and it's a hot, sticky mess, right? So her advice that I like to share with you, I can't take credit for this, is to let the glue get a little bit tacky on the back versus wet and slippery like this. So the trick is to let that glue marinate and soak, and then at some point, like in the near future, we're going to grab it and put it on our trees. But in the interim, we're going to flip both of these things over. All this stuff here, you guys, I am going to back that camera up. All right, I like to glue a lot at one time. The only risk that I have is that a cat's going to jump up here and get sticky paws. So I always keep my eyes and ears open in the back of my head when I do something like this. And I know this makes some people nervous to do all of this at once, but it's okay. If I'm opening up that glue bottle, I'm going to maximize my gluing efforts. Hi, Louis. I should say, hi, Mr. Santiago. Mr. Santiago, I mailed your box out yesterday. I think it was yesterday. Your check arrived yesterday morning, and your box went out. So you are going to be getting a nice little box with your pumpkins and your caddy. Very, very good. I can't wait for you to get it. All right. So then this goes like that, and we're going to glue our inside in, and the vanilla with the old olive looks very nice. So let's zoom back up that so you can see. And then we have this piece prepped over here, and I have it lined up. So you got to look to see, everybody's got a little bit different with the gold. Some have more, some have less. It's in certain spots. So I know I want to see the gold either on the top and the sides and maybe not on the bottom. Where if you hold it like this, it's not on the right. But so I'm going to put it so I'm missing gold on the bottom. And it fits perfectly between the Mossy Meadow bottom, left and right, and that's going to help you get it straight. All right, so we let this marinate for a moment in time. So what can happen is we're going to take this and set it down. and get that, and then it should stick really good, and it shouldn't smear around. Laura said she likes Rose's trick. She uses it all the time now. Exactly. That's amazing. I do too. I do too. And I always tell, I don't know if Rosie, you're still watching, but we use your trick a lot. I think we've been doing it for well over a year now. So, all right, you've got your trees ready to go. Now there's this little guy, and that's going to go on your silver, I don't know why I said silver, but gold foil here. Now, you could use liquid glue to glue it on, but liquid glue has a tendency to not cure or dry as fast as like tear and tape on foil. So I'm going to actually take my tear and tape, and that should fit perfectly right in between here. And the thing about tear and tape though is it has less forgiveness. You can't necessarily move it all around, but if you get it on straight, hopefully it will finish going on straight. So if you start it straight, I'm going to just test to see how much room is on the left and the right, something like that. So then what I can do is start there, whoa, right there, and hopefully it drops down. Perfect. All right, so now we've got our little sentiment on the label. Oh, Rose is still here, yay. It is a wonderful trick. So we're gonna do our tear and tape sandwich. So we're going to grab some tear and tape, now run it back through the middle, and you can grab your copper clay, and you're gonna start with your tail if you want. You could make a bow if you want, but I am not the biggest bow maker. I make it look like I made a bow. So you're gonna have a tail and make a little loopy, come back and make a little loopy, and you have a lot more left. Look at how much ribbon you have. If you want, you can make another little loopy. Let's see how much we can do here. I'm gonna make a smaller little loopy and a loopy. Oh man, you guys have enough to do. You have enough to do two. With whatever ribbon amount we gave you, you can come back. Look at that, perfect. That's what I'm talking about right there. So you've got two loops on each side and a tail. And we're gonna grab that tear and tape and sandwich it really good. I am gonna just trim this side a hair so it's more in line with the bottom. And then what we can do is prep this. No, wait, we're gonna do our trees first. So both of the trees are popped up. And this one's gently over the top. I was gonna say it just nestles over the top, but we're just not gonna put any dimensionals in that bottom corner here. And what color do we want? We'll just use black. So we're gonna do a track up the middle here, and then put some along the edge, the middle, just sporadic all around. Perfect. Now, if you don't have nails to pick off these dimensional backs, like I have a nail there, you could always use your pokey tool or your pick tool. And you go down and press into it, and you could pick them up. Now, I just did 5, so that works too, to do them in one full swoop. All right, so now we're gonna set these on. Bring that down so you guys can see what I'm doing. That goes right about here. If you don't press it down hard, you can always get it and finagle it and move it. We're gonna set that right about there. That looks good. If you want, you can still pick them up. And like if you don't press them down right away, you could still pick it up and gently move them like that. Good. Now, this label. The label's gonna go across here like that. And you can either, I think I did pop it up. Now, if you don't like to pop so much, you could use tear and tape and make it go flat, but I did pop up. So let's do a dimensional on each side like that. And these little things are sticky. On the ends, I'm also gonna just do 1. Now, normally I think I would do 2 because the trees are popped up, but I think I want it to like curve into the card. I think that this will work nicely. So we're gonna put it right about there. Good. Hi, Diane Bush, you caught me live, yay. So Diane, I did see a message from you. We chatted a little bit earlier. I did see a message from you that you were able to help out with the order. I have not checked I went from one live to eating a fast dinner, and then I was back to this live. So I'll check it when I get back into the house later. Oh, that was wrong. So I have two bigs and I have a small. So I'm going to do a big and a small together over here, and then I'm going to put my big one over there. And those are the Druzy gems. Oh, yeah. So Diane, like, I'll double check the order, and then if that works, I will definitely have a November class for you. That's perfect. All right, so we got it. Now, Stella, what could you Stella? Well, I know what you could Stella. You could Stella the trees here. The tree is perfect. Yeah, I know, Diane. I'd love to hear everybody's comments. Okay, so Diane said to me, so Rose Coleman. So Diane, Rose is watching right now. So Rose, I wanted to tell you that Diane was watching your live this morning, and you had mentioned that I had the decorative trees class available, and so she called me, and I thought it was a spammer, but I answered it still, and I'm like, so you never know. I told Diane it's a live one, it's a real person, and so not a radio or an Autobot or like an automated message. So, but Rose, so Diane reached out to me to get my class. So I wanted to say thank you, Rose. I appreciate that. So then Diana's watching right now. She caught me live. So Diane, you got Rose and me on the same day. So it's awesome. All right, so your Stella pen, you guys could definitely go through and Stella, Ella, the trees here. All right, and then we had one done. Yay! So that's your first card. And now again, for those that are doing this or did the Autumn Creative Escape with me, this is your double dipper. So you've already made a card, but we've decided that we work smarter, not harder. And it's such a pretty card, so that if you always like to save one of your cards, now you have a second one that you could give one away and then still keep one. So wonderful, wonderful. Yes, so back to the whole comment that you said, you are so busy. I think that if anybody wants to add comments, I'd love to hear them how they think I'm so busy, because I am really busy. I definitely cannot deny that. But busy people make things happen, right? So, all right, I'll leave that here for a hot second. You guys like it? Oh, Diane, thank you so much. Let's see what the next envelope is. Oh, it's this one. All right, perfect. It's the white envelope. And the white envelope is the card that looks like this. Hi, Suzanne Deppis. All right, so this next one looks like this. And this one is super cool because it's the time of year where we like to give things. We can give gift cards, we can give cash, we can give checks, we can give pictures. And I loved it when somebody mentioned that we could put a picture in here. So this is a flip up, and there's a pocket here, and that pocket is perfect for a gift card, okay? Or if you have a picture, so if you have a picture you want to put that in there, that works too. Or a check, right? So that's there, but we couldn't just leave it at that. We wanted to have it to be a regular card. So when you open it up, it has your traditional inside. Some people would have just left it like this and maybe put the white on the back like that. Well, we wanted it to be a regular one. Oh, thanks, Julie Bierschbach. All right, so we'll make this one next, and that's in this white envelope. Make sure there's nothing in there. And this one's your cherry cobbler base. And you've got some green ribbon hiding back here. Some of it, this is the shaded spruce. It's kind of like, it reminds me of a wedding dress where it's got organdy like lace, organdy like tooly top, and then it's a satin middle. So it's really pretty. And you could take and burnish your base already. Let's back it up a hair. Okay, so there's your base. It's all about the base, no trouble. Your gems are hiding in here, right? So you've got a big, a small, and a medium. So don't lose them. And this is your little baby card on your card. So you're also going to have to burnish this one. Can you, Christine and Rose, come to Australia? I really want to meet you both. Oh, Sarah. I would. So when that will happen is when the incentive trip is in Australia. And I've been waiting so patiently for an incentive trip in Australia. So it's been out in that neck of the woods. And so, Sarah, I'll tell you that at some point it's on I've been to Australia. I spent 3 weeks there in high school on an exchange program. And I have always, it's on my bucket list to get back, and Tyler's never been there, and Tyler wants to go. And so at some point we will be going to Australia, but I was waiting for an incentive trip to work my butt off for the incentive trip so that I can go with Stampin' Up, and then we would spend 2 weeks probably on the back end staying there. So that will happen. It will happen sometime. So yes, I will definitely, and then we'll stay watching us so you know when that is. But it might not be, because this year is Disney and then the next one is Alaska. All right, so that one's your little card on there. This one is embossed with the timber embossing folder. So pick which side you like better and have that go up. And then what you also have here is this white strip that is for your top. You have the gold. Now, in class last night, we had 2 people, maybe 3 even, that had a really difficult time with the label, and we didn't catch it when we were kitting these, that didn't necessarily cut through correctly. I kind of feel bad because my label is so good. I'd love to show you. So normally, if this didn't cut through all the way, what I would do, like pretend it's stuck in here, what you could do is take your scissors and help guide it and cut it like this. And usually when you get it snipped a little bit, it helps break it free. So again, this is another one where if you're like, man, my label sucks, and you don't have the Christmas labels dies, reach out to me. We can make it fine. We'll figure it out. I can mail you a label. But I know last night we had to recut 2 of them, I think. Then this is your red paper here. Come to Melbourne. Yes, that's exactly what we would do. Melbourne and Sydney, both. Both would be great places for Tyler to get to see. I've been to both. So this is the gold, and you can see the back is not goldy. And so that is going to get, so look at us here. You guys see our paper conservation at its finest. And that will get matted right on here, which will eventually go to here. And then you have, this is that mercury vellum, not mercury vellum, is it? It's the gold mercury vellum, I think. There are 3 different patterns that look identical. Like, I don't know. They're so close that it's really hard to tell the difference between them to the naked eye. Like an average person between here and Milwaukee would never know the difference, right? But there are 3 different patterns. So just know yours might not be like this. Yours might be different, right? So, but same but different. And this is an online exclusive, all right? So you can find that in the online store. It's not printed in a catalog. And then you have a piece of white, and the white is for your inside. So let's go ahead and use our cherry cobbler ink and stamp our sentiment. Now this was like a little bit of a hiccup last night. Not a hiccup, but a question that came. How do you stamp that? I would definitely just take the stamp and line it up so it stamps straight on this white piece, and then it gets glued at an angle. So my head might get in here, guys. Sorry about that if it does. I just want to see above here. There it is. Okay. So you don't even have to worry about quite centering it yet, but you just want it to be straight on the white would be my hope for that. And then on our innard is Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. So this really got some love. The stamp got a lot of love. It's just that color now. That's how that goes. It doesn't mean it won't work. It just means it's loved. And that's going to go right near the top here. And then the other color that we're going to use is the shaded spruce. And that is from, this tree is from, is it from the deer set? Yes, it is. Yep. That little tree comes from the Reindeer Fun stamp set. And yes, so Julie, it would be fun. Could you imagine all of us bees taking a trip to Australia too? I know we talked about Ireland, but it would be awesome to go to Australia too. All right, there's our tree. Now, had I wanted to take a little bit extra work, I could have masked off and done a green bottom and a yellow top and made my star yellow, but I didn't feel like it. I felt like hitting the easy button. So let's get glue happy. We'll save that for a moment. All right, so we can glue this piece. This is going to be tear and tape. Actually, this is what we're going to do. We're going to do this piece, this piece, this piece. Let's see what we let's see what we can all get into here. All right, we're going to do the green piece, the white piece, and we'll do this. All right, and let's see if that's good for right now. So make sure you don't make any trick cards. That will go in first. facing that way. And then our green. Nothing's holding us back from doing this because there's no ribbon behind these mats. If there were ribbon that you were using, if there was ribbon that you were using, you would want to make sure that you get your ribbon tails tucked down. This goes on next. There. And then this gold piece, and so these can get glue next. So let's go like this. Little glue there. Little bitsies on the side. Like that. And then I did dry fit. When I held it up, oops, I got glue on my fingers now. When I held it up, I tried to do a dry fitting just to make sure I didn't need to trim it. That'll go there. That's pretty uniform. Now if you look at this one, it's not uniform. This one has less gold at the top and more at the bottom. So depending on what section of the designer paper you got, that affects how much gold you got. Gotta get some gold to get that girl. All right, then our label. I would use the tear-in tape and run a piece along that top section and the bottom section and pick that off. And I'm going to try to center this because I have to cut off the right and the left side. So I'm going to just try to center it in between those. There's little lines there, but this is perfect for if you want to run ribbon through here. So you could have ribbon that goes down and then it comes back up. That's super cool about this label. Hi, Judy Dempton. You love the paper, yay. All right, so put that right there. Grab your paper scissors. I'm gonna flip it over. I'm gonna use the label itself as a guide to trim off the edge of that overhang. And so now we've got that label. And then we need more tear-in tape. I know, right, Rose? Let's go to Australia. I definitely agree. I would love it. And then 2 waiting in the wings and a ribbon scissors to take and cut your ribbon in half. And I'm going to cut it in half on a diagonal just because I can. And then you don't have enough to go back and forth, right? Because it makes it look like it's going back and forth, but it's not. To save ribbon, what we did is we have it from both sides. Hi, Patty Wright. And so I'm going to start on the left side here. I'm going to capture the tail on my tear-in tape back there. I'm going to make a loop and bring it back. And because I cut my ribbon at an angle, I don't even have to trim the edge of it because I put a little bit more tail back here. And then on this one, I flipped it back, and now my tail is going to be at the bottom and my loop is at the top, but I went a little further in. I know that because I'm just guessing here that if I go like that and bring this back, it'll be the right length. Now, had I cut that straight, I wouldn't have wasted this part back here. I would have had it go closer to the edge so that I would have had a little room to cut my tails at an angle. Hopefully that made sense. And then you can grab, whoa, so it took off all of, does that ever happen to you with your dimensionals? It took off a whole kit and caboodle of them. I'm just gonna do 5. You're probably thinking, wow, I would have done 3. All right, 5. 5 it is. All right, that goes on the front, like so. Perfect. As long as we got the front, let's do our gemsies. So you should have a big, a small, and a medium. And I'm gonna put the big in my little, okay, if that happens to you guys, the glue stayed on the plastic. So I had to put it right back down onto it, and then it will stick. And then you have a medium and a small. So I'm gonna put the medium one over here, and then I'm gonna put the small one up by it. Judy liked the tip. Good, good, good. All right. So gems are always good in sets of 3, says a floral arranger. So there's that. what do you want to Stella? I don't know. There's so much flashiness going on that I don't know if you necessarily need to Stella anything. If I was going to Stella something, I might have Stellaed my white label, let it dry, and then stamp my sentiment, because then if now you go to Stella it, you don't want to hit your ink. It'll make it bleed. All right, and then we have the inside. This fits in here just like this, but you cannot put any glue at the top. And I would not recommend doing liquid glue. I don't know if you guys, what's going on? I'm watching. Oh, now that you guys said it, it buffered. You guys said it was buffering, and now it's just started buffering. I'm freezing also. Interesting. Oh, I don't see anything on my end up here, but it did just start buffering for me. I'm going to keep her moving because we got a couple more cards to make. So I'm cutting my tear-in tape. And Laura said not for her yet. Well, let's keep crossing our fingers that it's just that I don't have anything on my radar up here. So I'm going to flip this over, and I want that tear-in tape. Do you see I took my 1/4-inch tear-in tape and I cut it in half, and that makes it thinner. Now along the bottom, I'm going to cut about this much, and then when I cut it in half, it'll give me enough to span across the bottom. Again, use your glue scissors and cut it in half. Be very careful, like that. And then you can run just like that, and then put that one next to it. All right, so you don't necessarily have to have it absolutely everywhere. And that gold on here will help mask any, normally you see your adhesive through the vellum, but because of that gold on the front, it's kind of hidden. And I think that's good. And what we'll do, add that right on the inside here. I'm gonna get that lined up and drop it down once it's straight. There it is. All right, and so you can't see the adhesive. I can't see the adhesive through there. And this is perfect because now you guys have a little pocket to put a picture. You could put a business card. You could do whatever you want on the inside. All right, so we got 2 cards done. I will put this one away. Yeah, you guys, hang tight. I don't know what's happening with the buffering. I don't have a notice up here. I don't have anything that says that we're experiencing anything weird. So I would say that hopefully it just like works itself out of the system. So Wink Stella is a clear glitter brush. Yes. So Wink Stella is a brush that has glitter juice in it. And for inquiring minds that want to know, when it's empty, you can take rubbing alcohol and fill it up again. So Cindy said it's been buffering since she got here. Oh man, please don't jinx me. Now that I get to sit down. Oh yeah, Laura's like, so we'll cross our fingers and our toes that we're good to go. All right, so we've got our second card done, and we'll pull in this next one. Oh man, I'm saving that one for last. I think it was really pretty, the peacock. I mean, they're all pretty. Hi, Heather Thompson. All right, look in there, make sure that we're emptied out. So the great thing when you get kits from me, what you're seeing me do right now, where you saw that I've been taking these envelopes and taking the cards out, when you get this class from me, you get these 4 card kits just like this with the slip on the top. And as you can see, what I'm doing is a little bit of stamping and assembly. So you can watch to see what stamps might I need or what's going on. So, all right, this one's next. And you gotta burnish your edge. And this one is a horizontal card. So just make sure you keep it horizontal. You'll have gold gems again. You guys, I've really been using these gold gems a lot. There's a big, a small, and a medium. And then this one, we used painted textures for the embossing folder because it matched the textury part of the designer series paper. Another wee whittle strip right here, 3/8 inch. On this one, thanks Rose. And Wendy says, beautiful card, best day watched Rose this morning and now you, yay. We love it. And so I'll have you know, Rose and I put our schedule together for next year, and I'd have to say it's either 8 to 10. It's not, it's 8 or it's either 8, it's not less than 8, but I know there's like 2 months in there where I'm traveling or Rose is traveling where we couldn't have them coincide. But for the most part, what I'm getting at is that Rose and I have our classes on the same day, so that it's hers in the morning and then mine in the afternoon, or evening. Mine's the evening. So yeah. All right. So Laura said, I'm having to start my Christmas cards earlier next year. Yes, you should. All right. So you have a little die cut. Starting them earlier would be better because it's less stressful at the end. And then you have this guy die cut in Mossy Meadow. And you can see what we did. We took the tree and we cut it out of the middle to save some paper. And you have a strip of designer paper that goes near the bottom. You'll have the mossy countryside corners and then the vanilla. There's a little bit of linen thread in there and a vanilla inside and some cream ribbon. And you're probably thinking to yourself, wow, she didn't give me enough cream ribbon for my card. Well, what you need to do is you need to cut it in half. And you need to use a little for one side and a little for the other side. And now you have just saved 3 inches of ribbon. And when you're talking 96 card kits by 3 inches, when it's only 5 yards on a roll, if you do the math, it saved a lot of ribbon. So we definitely try to be ribbon conservationists and paper conservationists. Patty Wright says buffering seems to have stopped. Good, good, good. I just noticed that as well. So we have here joy and love to you, and that goes on this guy. And I think I used Mossy Meadow last, so we'll do it again. All right. Do you like how I went from a song to no song? And that goes right on here. It's so nice because it's a photopolymer stamp, so you can see where you're stamping. Very nice. Now, our inside. Our innard says a season of wonder and happiness, and it's got a tree. So let's do the trees first, and it's the big tree. So let's grab this. Oh, and Jamie caught Rose's class too. All right, so I'm gonna inky dinky do I love you. And then the trick for this is I'm gonna do first strength and second strength in one motion here. So I'm gonna go first like that, and then pick up and move over and slightly down a hair to make it look like the tree behind the first tree. Right? So it makes it look like there's one in the distance. From a distance. The world is something, something, something. And then we need the sentiment, which is right here. And it's a season of wonder and happiness. You can tell we've used this stamp quite a bit. It's loved. I'm not going to go in the middle. I'm actually going to go, I'm going to center it kind of based off my trees over here. And I'll go right there. Rose said that she's excited for the new year. I am too. I'm excited because we are creating a calendar. We're not done stamping our trees. We are creating a Cards by Christine calendar. It's going to be printable. It's going to be 13 pages. It's going to be like a regular calendar and has everything for the year listed on it to make it like as easy as possible for people to keep track of what card classes they've signed up for, all that good stuff. So we have it 99% created. Well, like the calendar itself is done, but Kelly needs to do her part yet. Kelly needs to, she's gonna make it pretty like a bee on it, like a bee frame. All right, so first strength. All right, we're gonna start with this tree right here, that one at first strength. So I'm gonna kind of guesstimate where I'm going. I'm almost to the top, so I'm gonna go like right here, almost to the top. So that's our first strength. What time are you on YouTube, Rose? Rose is 11:30 Central, which is 10:30 Mountain. She's in Mountain time. So I'm doing the first one, first strength. Then I'm gonna back to the back right here and make it look like this one's behind it at second strength. All right, so that's the start of it. Now we have a full strength one on the side. So if you don't have this stamp set, there are other tree sets out there that you could use. So I'm gonna have this one down a hair, so they kind of look like they're staggered. All right, perfect. Now, we have a full strength one right to the left here. Right to the left, ha ha ha. We have a full strength one to the left, about here, down a hair. And then there's a second strength to the left. Now, I can't do it off of this one though, because if I go up, there's going to be a line from the ridge of the paper here. So when you do that, there would be a line there. So what I will do is I'm going to ink up, stamp off, then go up here and get that next tree down on paper. And then there's one more off on the side here that's full strength. You don't need to ink up the whole stamp either because you don't need the whole bottom part. So we're going to put one more off to the edge here. So that is how you can create your forest. And now you can see the forest through the trees. Okay, that's it for that stamp. We can retire it. And I think we can get glue happy. Rose Coleman's trick, you guys. Let's do our tree with a little bit of glue. And then we'll let it marinate for a moment. Perfect, so we'll let that sit. Then what we can do is put a little glue on this one and our designer series paper. And let's get them glued down. Yes, Patty Wright says a class calendar is perfect. I can't wait to share it with you guys. I really can't. Oh, it's so good. So, okay. For the last 20 or 15 years, I don't remember. We've been doing a Bertram, since I've been in college, so at least 20 years, we've been doing a Bertram calendar on my dad's side. So my grandma's 96, she has 6 kids, and now I think she has like 46 grandkids and more great-grandkids, like lots. So this Bertram calendar consists of birthdays and anniversaries, and everybody gets to put their picture up. They send their picture in, and they are in the month that it's their anniversary or their birthday. And I do the bottom part of the calendar. So I make the days of like the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, the 5, and I put the notes on it about stuff. So I have had this calendar for many years. So I did the Bertram calendar first, and then I took time and I deleted everything out and I added in all of my class information. I should not have put glue right through the middle because now I'm going to have a hole. So I can't do this down. So I'm going to do this midair. And we have Rose's classes on there. We have my classes. We have Diane's and Kelly's and Gina's Oh My. And Julie Bierschbach is going to be starting to do classes in January. And so we have her on the calendar. I'm going to leave this so that I don't get glue everywhere. So I'm going to just set that off to the side. I think that this should be good for the moment. Oh, man. It's okay. Man down. Because it was dried a little bit, it didn't leave as much glue. So that was good. So another reason you want to do this tip for Rose's putting the glue on here is so that in case you drop it down, it doesn't leave glue all over. It was really like dry there already. All right, tear and tape. You need to grab 8 pieces. I'll be honest, it is 8. So we have 4 that are going to be waiting in the wings and 4 that are going to be on our card. And I don't know if you caught it, but I trimmed off my designer paper. It was a hair long than what it needed to be, so I just used my scissors and I cut it off. And for this, I'm going to put a piece running right there and a piece running here. Now, by doing ribbon conservation like this, it does use a little bit more adhesive, but I'd rather use more adhesive than ribbon. So we're going to pick all of these backings off. So I created this calendar. It also has on there when this all came about, you guys. I'm going to be honest. I added some things to the calendar that weren't on the calendar. And only because I figured this out recently, but Stampin' Up! Has a product release strategy that they just introduced. No clue. You know, you can juggle so many balls, right? And then all of a sudden one hits you like in the face. You're like, how did I miss that ball? That hurt. And so they released online exclusives in a pre-order on Tuesday that I had no clue. And all my orders in, my team's placing their orders. Like, we built a whole calendar or a schedule next year based off of a mini catalog that had a lot less in it than what we were expecting. And then all of a sudden they have bunch of new pre-order stuff from an online exclusive perspective that I had no clue. And so here comes when I find out they have a whole product release strategy, and they're introducing not only a catalog 3 times a year, but on the day the catalog pre-order, they're introducing more online exclusives as well. So I had to redo so much stuff because there's more product. Anyways, so what came about, and it's kind of cool, so they have this whole product release schedule that we know what days we can pre-order, we can know what day the digital catalog becomes available, we know when the catalog launches for the whole year, and I built all of those dates into the calendar that my team now will have access to, my customers will have access to, and I will be able to look at this. And so from I wouldn't say bad, but from that experience, it allowed me to be even more organized for next year for myself and my team. So, yeah. So you know how that goes. You gotta make lemonade out of lemons. And it wasn't like they were bad lemons, because it was amazing that they came out with, you guys, you have no idea. There's 2 more sweets that just were introduced for us from a pre-order perspective. There's 5 new bundles. There's in all 2 designer papers, 1 specialty paper, 2 more sets of gems, 2 more rolls of ribbon. It just was like mind-blowing. But the thing is, like, I had no idea. And apparently I'm not trying to complain, right? It just caught me by complete and utter surprise. Yup, that's how that worked. So, but anyways, it's always good to have more product than you know what to do with, right? From a design and scheduling perspective. All right, you guys saw what I did there, hopefully. And now I'm going to put my dimensionals on the back of my greenie piece here. And I'm going to try to avoid this area because I have ribbon there and it might be bumpy there. So what I can do is put right there and maybe right there. Okay, perfect. And we'll get this adhered to the front of the card. And Rose, I think you were in the same boat too. I saw your post too that like you weren't aware that there was online exclusives that we could pre-order. So don't you love it that you didn't waste all that ribbon right here? Nobody sees it. And that we got to be strategic about this green mat and it coming from that other card. Perfect. All right. Now this strip should be longer than what you need. We did that so if you want to angle your end here, you can. You could also banner it if you're one who likes little banners. I liked it straight like that, but I also want to see what it looks like at an angle. So I'm just going to trim that a hair at an angle. And what I did is I popped up the right side and then I have linen thread back there. So we need to grab some more tear-in tape, one waiting in the wings and the other one back here. And our little linen thread is not in a bow. It's like on that other card. It looks like it's a bow, but it's not. What I did underneath the Y and the and the L, I'm going to take my tail and have it like going that way and loop it around. Make however big of bunny ears you want and then twist it like this and trim your end to match the other side. And now it makes it look like it's a bow, but there's no bow making involved. And cover that with that tear-in tape that was waiting in the wings. And you can grab a little dimensional on the end here. I'll put 2. And then we'll put the other side flat that tucks behind the tree. And you're going to need a few dimensionals on the back side of your tree because that is popped up. Pop it up, pop it up. Angelique is waiting for me to say it. Once you pop, you can't stop. All right, this is going to go right about there. And then that should tuck behind it. Put it to bed, right? Tuck it in. And there it is. That came together, lickety-split. And then we have our gems. I've got the big and a medium over yonder here. And then there's a small. And that's what we have. I lost my chat. All right, there you guys are. Stampin' with her. I love your IG shorts too. Your cards are always so amazing. Thanks, Judy. So many gorgeous things. Yes, the ball hit me in the head. Yeah. Yes, Rose, the ball hit you in the head. Just like, I like to relate it to that we're all good jugglers, right? Most of us can juggle and juggle and juggle and juggle, and you can keep adding things, right? If you've ever watched somebody juggle, you can keep adding things and adding things and adding, right? You just go faster, right? But this ball came in from this way. It didn't come up in the air and drop itself in. So that's how I can say that happened. And Angelique can't wait for Julie's classes. Yay. Okay, I'll let you, I don't know if Julie's watching. Maybe she is, but we've talked. So I think I'm not like saying too much. Her goal is to start with in-person classes on Wednesdays. And I'll show them off, and she's willing to mail them out too. But for right now, she's not doing a live class, a YouTube live. But at the end of the school year, come June-ish, we're going to work it so that she can come in here and do her live class from here before her in-person class. So then you guys will be able to watch her make cards. You've already seen her. Julie does for my escapes. Julie does demonstrations or presentations, I should say. So she's really good. She's a natural behind the camera, and I'm just so excited for her to start. I'm wishing for it to be June so that she can start doing lives as well. So super cool. Julie's goal, well, our goal for Julie, and I think she is working to promote to Silver Elite, and she's getting there. She's over halfway there, and we're thinking that the classes that she offers starting in January will help her get to that goal. So super cool. All right, so there it is. What else could you do? You could definitely Stella your outer part of the tree here. And you could also do the outside here if you wanted. Thanks, Doris. Another beautiful card. Yes, thank you. Perfect. So let's put this one away while you stare at that for just a moment longer and study it. Hi, Marlene Welts. All right, so that can go over here, and we have one, and then there was one. The pretty peacock card is left. It's a fun one. So, buttons on your underwear, right? It's pretty. I just love this peacock with this night scene. So we went scrolling through the Pinterest, and we were looking for ideas and inspiration, and we found a nighttime scene, but we changed it just a slight bit and added this and did that different. And so we made it our own. So that's what's nice about card making is you find inspiration in cards that you see, and then you can make them your own by making small little tweaks. And I can't remember. There were a few nighttime cards, and that's what we went with. We went for a nighttime card with this because that was a great use with the pretty peacock. And we used beige, and beige is not always our best friend. So it was nice to bring in beige. Beige goes nicely with the peacock. You'll have two scoops of the peacock and gold ribbon. And what you can do is burnish your card base, and be careful. We love you. There are 3 gems in here, and you don't want to lose them. They are 3 not necessarily connected. So there's either too big and a small or too small and a big. And then you have on the top here, protecting everything inside, is a piece of pretty peacock. You have a label. You have this die cut piece, and you might look at this and think, wow, she didn't do the work on that. But let me tell you, my die cutters, they do this intricate die cutting. I tell them as long as they kind of pop out pretty good, that they don't have to do your picking of your bits and parts, okay? So if something doesn't feel like it's going to come out properly, you got to get your snips out here and do the assist. So sometimes if it's sticky like this, all it might need is for your scissors to come in here and free it by one little snip. And then what you need to do, just cut that off. This is garbage. Oops, sorry, you probably weren't seeing that. This is garbage, this right side. All right, and then you might have to do a little hokey pokey, picky here, if anything that's left over. All right, Donna says, I'm not a fan of the online exclusives. I want to be able to keep track. I need them on paper. They also need to have the stamps, dies, and bundled together, not separated. I agree, Doris. Donna. I was looking at Doris's message too above. Donna, I definitely agree. So it's really hard because we want to look at it in a book or in catalog. And all I can say is I did send an email to Stampin' Up! And I spoke my 2 cents. And from a demonstrator's point of view, if you don't let them know, they're not going to know, right? They're going to assume everything is cool. So I would challenge anybody with these online exclusives that they're not in a, like, we had a demonstrator that created a document for a flyer, and we, as demonstrators, we need to see stuff to be able to help us to order. So Donna, I would recommend just send them a quick note, let them know. That's all we can do at this moment. The one thing I always tell people from the very beginning, when I first joined as a demonstrator in 2013, I had a choice to make. I got to choose who my upline was. I was between 2 different uplines. I made the right decision. I know that now looking back. But the person that I chose said to me, you get one decision when you join Stampin' Up. You get to choose your upline. After that, Stampin' Up chooses absolutely everything. From the products to when they're released to catalog, like Stampin' Up controls everything else for the most part. So like, yes, it's kind of not in our control, but they also need to hear feedback from demonstrators so that they know how they can improve things if the masses or majority are not satisfied, right? Otherwise, they're going to lose business. So, which is not what we want. We want Stampin' Up! To be healthy and succeed. So we've got 2 little trees there. Now, this thing right here, you're looking at it, you're like, what is it? It's a snow hill, right? So you have to pull out your scissors and make it happen. Heather agrees. So Heather, you too, even, I'm going to say this, even if you're not a demonstrator and you are an amazing customer of Stampin' Up! And it's not something you like or appreciate, or you would like to see different, constructive criticism is always good. And if you're a customer as well as a demonstrator, you need to let Stampin' Up! Know. They need to be inundated with feedback. So you're going to take your scissors and you're going to go up and you're going to make a gentle rolling hill and you're going to come down. And that's how you guys make a snow hill. Keep it simple, right? So that is going to go here. And then you have a piece of designer series paper. Oh, Donna said Julie's cards were awesome. Yes, they are. Then this is going to, you get to pick. Do you want the gold on the left, the right? Maybe you have a lot of gold. It just depends what part, again, you got from the designer paper. And you just have to figure out where it looks best. So my moon is going to be, my moon over Miami is going to be here and it covers it up. So I might opt to actually put the gold on that side. All right, that's what I'm thinking. And we have to go back to our Rose Coleman trick here and put our little bit of glue on the back and let it marinate for a moment. Oh, there's one more. You guys, when you think you have them all, there's always one more, it seems. All right, a little bit of liquid glue. Whoa, see, that's why you do this. Because if you put too much on, it will have the ability to just mellow out and dry a hair. So there's that. I'm gonna let that sit for a moment. I'm not gonna do those trees yet because I got a little bit of work yet on them. Let's stamp. I'm like, dance. Let's dance. Let's stamp. All right, we need our Merry Christmas. We used that in the color of Cherry Cobbler earlier. So we need to washy, washy, washy. And I'm looking at this and I have about a finger, a little baby pinky actually in between there. So I'm going to stamp that, staying closer to the edge and trying to get it straight like that. I'm good. That's nice. Very nice. The inside on this one, oh, that guy. And that we used already. So let's, oh, maybe we didn't. Hang on. Let me do a test of the public broadcasting system. No, we haven't. There's a new one, you guys. Wait, there's a new one. It came through yesterday on my phone. I gotta share it with you. I gotta commit this to memory. So I always say it was a test of the public broadcasting system, right? Because when you were growing up, that's what you heard on the TV all the time, right? So it was a test of the public broadcasting system. So that's easy to remember. So the new one I got is, this is a test of the commercial mobile alert system. Okay. So I think I still like public broadcasting system better. All right. So we have a sentiment, the test of the commercial mobile alert. See, that's so much of a mouthful. I can't even say it. There's our sentiment on the inside. And then there was a tree on the inside. And what we need to do, which tree is it? Let's just see. Is there another tree? Oh, yes. We'll use this little guy. So this guy's clean. That's why I'm going to use it. And we're doing the same concept. I resign it. Sarah said, I agree for I choose the wrong demo to sign up with. I agree too for I chose the wrong demo to sign up with, so I resigned and signed up with someone else. And that, hang on, I'm going to tell you, Sarah, you can do that. You can do that. That is within your control. You get to pick your demonstrator, right? You definitely do. And if you decided, like what happened to you, if you picked the wrong one and it didn't work for you, you can resign and you can join a new one, right? So those are things that you can figure out. Absolutely. Yeah. So I was very fortunate that I had between two, and in my mind, I picked the right one. And I have a cat for right in the middle of this, you guys. Let's see. Oh, I got it. Yay. So, but yes, but still that comes back to that you got to make that choice. You had to follow their rules of waiting 90 days, I would guess. But still, you got to make that choice. So first strength, and I'm going to do another one at second strength. And it gives it that illusion that there's one behind it. I've always done my trees like that, and I just love it when it's like that. Okay. Let's get glue happy. Oh, I'm going to shut this before I get ink on it. They can keep the discontinued and stuff online, but not the new things. When you have to go hunting, it is for the birds. I agree. It definitely was. It was. All right, this guy right here needs a little haircut on the side at an angle, something like that. That works for me. Oh, our marinating. Let's go back to here. I'm not going to flip it on the paper this time. We're going to be a little more careful. This is the oxidized copper paper. It is perfect for doing the detail cutting of the trees. We used it for the Wounded Warrior card benefit trees. They have it in the peacock, and then there's an orangey color that we used on leaves, which was really cool. All right, so that went together amazingly well. Thank you to Rose, by the way. That was good. And then over here, we can get a little glue happy. These two pieces, we are going to put our liquid glue on. If you guys see me using liquid glue a lot, I transitioned away from tape runner probably 15 years ago. I never had luck with it, but that doesn't mean you guys can't. Some other people, like some people have really good luck with tape runner. Oh man, I didn't do a dry fit. I don't have a lot of border, so I didn't do a dry fit. So if this happens to you at home, be very careful. Be very careful. I'm just going to trim a hair off of the non-gold side. And I don't put my glue too close to the edge for this reason. I'm going to try this again. We're going to go like this. And I just trimmed off a hair. But I am a fan of the liquid glue. It does me good. I know it doesn't always work good for others because sometimes it gets everywhere, including your hair and your face and your clothes. But maybe you can relate. But I generally succeed at it because the goal is not to put it too close to the edge. At least a 1/4 inch away. Because then when you press it down, it doesn't ooze all over the place. Liquid glue is awesome because you can move it. Like I'm moving it here, right? I got a chance to wiggle, wiggle, wiggle with it for a bit. Perfect. Now, back to this guy. Yeah, you had to wait 90 days. That is correct. That is the time frame, Sarah, is waiting 90 days. It is. The hardest part, from what people have told me, and there are currently people that I know that are in the process of waiting 90 days, it's hard not just going onto your demo account and ordering product and getting the discount, right? But that's part of it, if that's what you choose or want to do. Yeah, it is. So look what I did. I put some dimensionals at the top like this. And yes, they are black, but you won't see them. You don't see them through there. The white ones work too. So it is a nighttime card, so we're using black dimensionals. And I'm running liquid glue now along the bottom and the side like that. Right? And this is going to go onto my pretty peacock mat. And I'm getting that bottom down first and making sure that that is covered up good. And what happened is it created the illusion that my hill is popped out, which is really cool, right? It has the illusion that it's not on the paper, which it isn't. I chose the wrong upline and had to resign. It was a harsh decision to make because I had made great gains in the first 90 days. And I feel so bad for you about that, Kari. Yeah, hey, let me tell you a little quick story about a friend of mine. She was with Stampin' Up! For 20 years, and she had just hit her 100,000. And she made the hard decision to drop. She had Stampin' Up! For her upline, right? different story when Stampin' Up's your upline. You only have to wait 24 hours. She didn't have to wait 90 days. But the decision doesn't make the decision any easier. And she dropped and rejoined 24 hours later. She did join my team. She picked me. And she's done more in the last 2 years than she did. She hasn't hit her 100,000 again by any means, right? It's like it took her 20 years to do that 100,000, but she has gained a team. She has promoted to Silver Elite, and last year she was over halfway to earning the incentive trip, which was phenomenal that she was that far. So she hit Silver Elite, and now her new goal is to earn the incentive trip, and that was a hard decision. There was another gal that she had another. You ride the fence for so long, and those splinters start to get pussy and infected, if you know what I mean. You don't want splinters riding the fence on trying to make a hard decision with anything in life, you guys. Get off the fence sooner rather than later so that you don't get infested splinters, right? Okay? Analogy. Don't picture that bad analogy. Just make the decision. And my mom would always say, you make a decision and you move forward. And you don't necessarily look back, but you move forward. And if things need to get tweaked or changed or figured out along the way, you do it. But you get yourself out of something that isn't good and you move forward and you get to something that's better, to a better state of mind, right? So yeah, I definitely can tell you it is not an easy decision to make. That if you change something like that, I get it 100%. So it's always something that you have to decide and be comfortable with, and it has to always be right for you, not anybody else. That's what I tell everybody on my team. If they say to me, I'm not able to make the quarterly minimums this month or this quarter, it's okay if I drop. I'm like, yeah, absolutely. Like, you always, like, don't put yourself out trying to do something that isn't going to work for you. Like, you always have to do what is best for you, always. Like, when it comes to like this, like, you have to. And in generally in life, if you're not good and if you're not happy, how are your kids and your family and your spouse, how is everybody else supposed to be happy if you're not doing good, right? So if mama's happy, everybody's happy. Isn't that what they say? So, all right, you guys, I'm doing another tear and tape sandwich. These are good conversations, though. Good conversations. Okay, so we're getting mama's lessons. All right, a little bit of liquid glue. I don't generally put liquid glue over the top of the tear and tape because that's got tear and tape ready to go. I started doing these tear and tape sandwiches many years ago because I would get cards from people, or I would make cards and the ribbon would be falling out. And this way your ribbon's never going to fall out in 20 years. It's not going to fall out, I promise. If you're still going to have the card in 20 years, I don't know. But all right, that ribbon is down. Now, we have to take into account we have trees here. I don't want this side thing going on like that. So let's just trim this off. These trees, in case you're wondering, in case inquiring minds want to know, they're from a die set called Frosted Trees, I think, Frosted Foliage. And this will go here. Our little moon over Miami will go there. This little guy is going to go something like this. And this needs some dimensionals just at the top. So we're going to put one there and one here. And I put liquid glue at the bottom. So don't be afraid to do different types of adhesive on things. So we got liquid glue because this is popped up, and then these have dimensionals. And this will go right about here, like that. And we could probably glue our moon down. And Sarah was Bronze Elite. I know that's super hard. It is super hard. But hopefully you can look forward and just be grateful that you're in a better situation when you find an upline that works better for you. There's that. All right, let's prep this back. I'm going to use this dimensional. Don't be afraid to use the sides here. I know I should be using white ones. I feel like I have a white label. I should probably use white. I'm going to go to the side here. And I'm going to cut a track that is that long, like this, and we're going to cut right down the middle. Don't be afraid to use these sides and use these strips. They're awesome. Then this piece right here, oh, that's already cut, perfect. So, and then we're going to go like this. So Sandy said, my upline wasn't bad per se, but Christine is more active, and that's why I'm happier now. See, happier now is always a good thing, right? Happier is a good thing. Happiness is an internal thing too. And we're doing 2 tracks. Now, I'm taking off the bottom one, and I'm also going to stage the bottom with a glue dot just to provide some stability for my ribbon. So that's gonna have a glue dot. Oh, and it's stuck to my finger, but we're gonna do a glue dot if it wants to stick to the paper. And then make sure that stays nice and straight. Rose loves the tear and tape sandwiches. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so I took off the bottom one and I left the top one there because I don't know exactly where those trees are gonna line up. This is going to go, you wanna see a little bit of the ribbon on the bottom, like that, and something like this. Make sure that's straight. We're gonna do an overhand knot with this guy. Frosted Forest, Jean, you are correct. What I don't remember what I said. I know that I probably didn't say it correctly, but it is Frosted Forest dies. I appreciate the assist on that. I have a little bow here, and my tails ended up going straight out, where over here they were diagonal out. But you want to use a glue dot here. And so when you sign up to be a demonstrator, you have to wait 90 days to purchase. No, Diane, not at all. Diane, I don't know if I sent it to you. I sent you a link for the class today, but I don't think I sent you the information on how to join. Just to show you really quick on my website, if you go, I meant to send you this link. I don't think I sent it. For anybody that's curious about what it's like to join, you click join my team on my website, which is cardsbychrisb.com. And here it talks about the discount kit promotion and joining the fun. There's a whole bunch of words. Lots of words, okay? If you're in Canada, you definitely wanted to pick, like if you don't have a demonstrator that you work with in Canada and you're looking for an amazing demonstrator, you need to pick Rose Coleman. She is your girl, right? She's amazing. So that would be my tip for you if you're in Canada looking for a demonstrator. Pick Rose. She, again, I can't say it enough. She's amazing. And if you're in the US, I would be honored if you picked me. I will definitely do my best to make you happy. I can't promise things at all. It is against compliance to promise things, but I can tell you, you get me. That's what I can say. You get me and you get my crazy. And it's a good crazy, I think. All right. Trim your tails like this and like that. Very good. Now this peacock ribbon does fray a little bit, so just be aware that it might do that to you. Now, if you remember, we still have a ridge here that is accessible. So now we can play around with where our trees need to lay, and then they'll tuck in and then we'll pull that paper off at the end. Now, if you need to, Stella these first. Yeah, so okay, Diane, if you go, I meant to send you that link, but when you join, you can order right away and you get a 20% discount right off the bat from Stampin' Up. What Sarah Marison was saying, that she was Bronze Elite, and when she left the Bronze Elite, at Bronze Elite, you earn a 25% discount. So you have ways to get a bigger discount. And when you earn Bronze Elite, so Sarah was giving up a 25% discount to have to start over at 20%. But you know, the positive about that is she got a little discount on her starter kit. When she joined, she got her, sometimes you sign up during a promotion, you get a better deal on a starter kit. And then the other thing too is you have the opportunity to earn Quick Start again. So you earn different levels of Quick Start, 3 months and a 6 month. So, all right, you guys, I did not do the Rose Coleman trick on this. I should have had this marinating, but I wasn't in the right frame of mind. I guess I was distracted. You wanted more to go to classes. You know what? That's part of it. An in-person experience is nothing to joke about. It does, like, that can make some. I definitely agree. If I have in-person and online meetings, if I had only online meetings, my whole in-person community would probably look for somebody to be in person. So I do both in-person and online for that reason, because you want to keep the local people here connected as much as possible. All right, this is coming together very nicely. We have 3 gems here. I ended up with 2 big and a small. So I'm going to put a big one here and a small one, kitty wampus over here, kitty corner. And then my other big one, so that one's a small one right there, but I got a big one in my kit, and I think I'll put it in that same spot. So these are complete with a cat fur on it, guys. That's free of charge. So, but if you don't want it on your card, you might just consider picking it off. It stuck to the adhesive there. All right. I'm with the Crazy Crafters now. Good, good, good. Oh, you're welcome, Rose. You know I adore you. All right. Then this card, I have a tip for you. I learned this from Julie. So you guys, I mentioned on my showcase video, I hadn't taken a class. I can't remember. So I went to Jenna's stamp camp for the day, but I haven't been to a class where you sat down and made cards and at a class in a long time. I was you should have seen the girls. I didn't know what to pack. I didn't know what to take. I never leave my house. So I went and made all these 10 cards at Julie's house on Tuesday, and it was amazing. And she did this card. Let me show it to you. If you missed these cards, I showed them off in the showcase, so you should catch them. But this card right here is what Julie did. And she put a bird in the front. Okay, so this is not in your kit. I'm just giving you a tip. If you have these guys, and if you did the Meandering Meadows Stamp-A-Stack with me, you would get these birds in that, so you might have them. But there's a bird, and this bird lost its adhesive, and it needs a home and doesn't need to get lost. So I'm going to salvage it. The little bit of glue is gone, and it looks amazing flying in front of the moon. So I'm repeating, this is not this bird, because I'm going to have somebody that's going to say, I didn't get a bird in my kit. This bird is not in your kit. I repeat, this bird is not in your kit. It was an afterthought because Julie put it, again, on her beautiful card, right? And it looked amazing. So I thought it looked super cool having a bird. Now there's that bird. Bird. Bird is the word. But there's and that is actually that bird flying this way. So you could put, this is Diane's card actually. So I'm going to put a bird flying in front of the moon on that one because it's so fun. So if you have these, they're called, and if you don't have them, you can buy them. Adhesive Back Dragonflies and Birds, item 162743. They're still in the store. Though these were introduced as an online exclusive, so you don't find them in any catalog, unfortunately. So yes, thank you. I'm so honored that you joined. Oh yes, yes, Gail. Gail Stefan is on Rose's team, and she's the best. She is. I would definitely agree, you guys. So very cool. I think that. Oh, you know what we could have also done? You could have, if you're Stella in your moon, make sure you have a clean Stella pen because you do not want color going into that moon. Well, unless sometimes it could look good, but right. Whew. There we go. Let's bring them all in and out zoom here so you can tell me which one is your favorito. Tus favoritos? I don't know, something like that. Your favorite, not my favorite. All right, so we've got 4 really all different looking cards. I would have to say they don't look like variation on a theme. They look no cohesiveness really. They all have their own, they all stand on their own legs very nicely, I think. I'm gonna you guys can tell me which ones you like the best. I'm gonna just do a little cleanup on aisle 9 here and get my sheets ready so we can do a little drawings. All right, there's that. That's garbage. I lost the cap to my take your pick tool. Nope, I didn't. There it is. Hiding. Wunderbar. So I have to tell you, I would pick the peacock one. I think I like that one the best. I like Pretty Peacock. I know it's not purple, but I still like Pretty Peacock a lot. So I think I think Pretty Peacock of the current Stampin' Up! Colors is in my top 5 colors. So I would have to go with that one. Not that these aren't good, but you guys, I like, it's okay to have a favorite. Now they're all my children, right? So they're all my children, and you're not supposed to have favorites with your children, but that happens. It happens that you have favorites. Kari said the Merry Christmas one. Yep, that's what I picked too. And Jennifer said this is the otters. Oh, Jennifer Summers, you're funny. I think, were you wanting the otters class maybe? You guys, so I do have an otters class coming up in January. All right, let's grab my sheet here. So we got to go through all these. We're going to pick winners, winner, chicken dinners. But before we do that, I'm not going to forget because I forgot on Monday to do the drawing for Let's Just Stamp. So let me go to A&W. Let's Just Stamp is right here. We did not have a lot of people who placed orders to get Let's Just Stamp for free. We had 4. I think it was just 4. Everybody else bought the class. So we have 4, and then there were 4. So let's do a random number generator for 4 people. I'm so sorry, I forgot to do this on Monday, and I thought, well, I'll just do it with you guys tonight. Mr. Santiago likes all 4 cards. Angelique likes the peacock one. Sherry's the red. Linda likes all the trees red. Okay. Don't they, a lot of them have trees? 3 of them have trees. All right. I'm going to put a 4 in here, and I'm going to hit generate. Generate. 3 scoops is going to Julie Block. Very nice, Julie. You win a door prize from Wednesday's class. And then for today, 25 people placed an order to get this class for free. So we'll pop the 25. Did I say 25? 25, yes. 25. We'll hit generate. Generate is 14. 14 goes to Susan Ray Hendricks. Very nice, Susan. All right. So we've got those done for the time being, which is nice. I didn't forget that. Then, all right. The peacock is your favorite. All right. You guys are liking that one too. Love them all. The night scene is your favorite. All right. Hard to choose. They're all beautiful, but the last one is a little more beautiful. Yes. And I think Julie Bierschbach adding that little bird on there is the best. Oh, hi, honey. She brought her lammy to me, you guys. Okay. I see your lammy. Do you want to say hi to everybody, baby? Oh, man. She doesn't want to say hi. She's like, Mom, you smell like glue. So, all right. What do we have here? For those that are new to me, I do drawings every month because there are challenges throughout the month. And all of this stuff is for October. So in October, hi baby. Oh, here she comes. Whoa! She made it. Okay. Now what? Now what are you going to do? What are you going to do, little girl, when they come for you? All right. In my Facebook page, in case you're wondering, it's Cards by Christine. And I have some pinned posts at the top. She's putting her tail in my face. Hi. You're so squirrely, girl. All right. We're going to my Facebook page, Cards by Christine. And these are pinned at the top. So when you go to my page, there's some featured pins. And this one is Don't Miss the Showcase. I've got that here. And then here's All Right, All Right, All Right. It's time to share your made cards. So I challenge you guys to make your classes that I mail to you, right? I don't want them collecting too much dust. So I've got here the October Creative Challenge right there. And then there's the Class Card Challenge. So the October Challenge, when you click on this to see more, hi baby, babykins. Yeah, just get comfortable, little lady. Yup, you're good. The October Creative Challenge, and it was to share cards that were inspired with the theme of Thanksgiving, thank you, or Christmas. And people who posted their cards, like here's Anna Rebedu, it's for you guys to see more inspiration and ideas and challenge you to create, right? Mom, you're talking too much. So we pulled all the names, and so you guys can go through here and see this. So we pulled all the names, and we had 13 people. Well, not 13 people, but we had 13 cards. So Pat Fleming, she shared 4 cards. So she did a lot of cards, you guys, and I changed it. I used to let you only in the drawing once per how many cards, but I thought, why not every time you share a card, why don't you just be in the drawing? And so you just get more chances, right? So 13 scoops. All right. 13. We're going to hit generate. Is 6. Pat Fleming. Yay, Pat Fleming. You are the winner chicken dinner. And honey, you are so indecisive right now. I do have a rule though. When I do the drawing within the month, if Pat Fleming would happen to win by chance the October challenge for the class card, I do say that I would rather, I've always done it, that I love more winners than less winners. So I would say that I'll include Pat in the drawing, and if she wins this one, I tell her to go buy a lottery ticket, and then I pick a second one, so that within the month that we can have more winners. All right, so I like to preface that. So October Class Card Challenge, now that is a challenge where you guys, I want you to make your cards from classes from this month and last month. And so these are people who shared their completed cards, right? And here's a great way for you to see how people change them up. So in this case, Anna did something different on the front here. She put happy birthday, but she still used the whole base like I had. Super cool. Here, this one, actually, that card right here, that card is actually a horizontal card. And so this is great because I can see how you guys change up the card kits. I never take offense to seeing differences in the cards at all because I want you guys to explore your own creativity. Here, Sherry Stewart finished hers which is super cool. I got to see, oh, she used the Regal Flora. They turned out great. All right, so that's the whole premise with the class card challenge. And so we have 11 here. So we will hit generate. 2 scoops, Sherry Stewart. She will win a prize from me. And I mail these prizes out in your next class package, just so you know. So top fans, Facebook is, I don't want to say stupid, but they used to give me a whole list of top fans that I could download and do a random number generator for you, but they don't let me. So we go, we run our finger up it and we stop our finger and then it tells us a winner. So Susan Curcello and Angelique McClendon and Andrea Hine are all winners for being top fans. And so top fan is in Facebook. And what happens is if you share a lot, you like a lot, and you comment a lot, you get a little gem, and that means that you're a top fan. And I like to do a drawing for my top fans because I really appreciate their support on Facebook a lot. I really do, because they share, they like, and they comment, it helps get my Cards by Christine Facebook page into other people's lives, right? Because we love to share creativity and happiness and joy, and that's awesome. So I do a class called Share, Create, Inspire, and we had Anna and Jenny that both shared their cards, and so we're gonna hit generate with 2. I think it just did 1, right? Because the last one was a 2 that got picked, and when I hit the down button, it did the drawing, and it picked 1. So that would be Jenny Knutson. Honey, you're sitting so funny. All right, so congratulations to Jenny. Then we do, we do Mystery Card Night, and in the month of October, you had till October 31st to submit your cards. There were 22 people. Now, we did that class a little bit later in the month because of something, and I can't remember why, but there were 22. So what we'll do is we're gonna drop down and we're gonna put 22 in here. I'm gonna hit the down arrow first and we're gonna hit generate. 2 scoops! Okay, Deb Norman. Awesome. So Deb will be our winner for Mystery Card Night, and I will save a prize for you for your next package. All right, for my bees, the Bee Happy Stampers, we do quarterly challenges. Right now, the challenge is Better Your Best. Next month, it's Build a Bee Challenge. Next quarter is Build a Bee Challenge. And then we had Sharing Smiles. Oh, no, we had Sending Smiles Challenge. And then for the last quarter, it was Sharing Sunshine. And so what happened was we had people track how many cards they donated. So anybody could participate from the team, and they had to just post how many cards they donated, not sent out. Sent out was the Sending Smiles. This was Sharing Sunshine. So it was how many cards you donated to a nursing home or to the veterans or to wherever that you wanted to donate your cards to. So we had Jeannie Parker donated 55 cards. And if you guys are like me, you end up with a lot of cards, right? We can't use all those cards ourselves too, so it's great to donate them. You could donate them for a raffle too, right? So yeah, Angelique Top Fan, yay! So that's great to donate your cards to find a happy home for them. Debbie Gass had 25, Ann Bellinger had 32, Laura Sullivan 40, Shelly Schultz had 60, and Tracy Sorge had 75 that she donated. So we're going to give a prize to Tracy because she had the most. And then we're going to do a random number generator for 5 then. And because she was number 6, so we're going to do for 5. And we'll pick somebody else too. 1, Jeannie Parker. All right, so we'll have prizes for Jeannie Parker and Tracy Sorge. Now, another thing. I do my so I have a VIP group. All right, I have a VIP group. It's called Cards by Christine VIP group. If you are my team member, so if you're on my team, and if you're a customer of mine who has purchased product in the last 6 months or more, like it's been about a year. I don't know. I don't always monitor the time frame, but if you're in my community regularly ordering and taking classes from me, it's product-based classes. How I look at the VIP group is supporting me with orders or purchasing product from me. And what happens is we have a birthday card group that we send out. Anytime I have a swap, what Kelly does is they're sitting over here, she photographs every swap card, and she has albums that she creates, and we've gotten a lot better. We got January's put in there, and we got this May's put in, and we got this last one. So this whole year has been spot on with it. We've been getting them in. I think last year we fell off the bandwagon a little bit for it. Honey, no, stop it. She's playing with feathers. No. Hang on. Oh, man.
You can't have that, little girl.
Nope. So I got this in New Orleans and it's on the fridge and she wanted the feathers. So she was going to eat them and then she's going to throw them up. And so we don't want that. So in the VIP group, I create a post that says, if you share my showcase video, that I will put you in a drawing for a half off bundle. So people who posted that they shared it are included in this drawing. And we have 17 people that shared it. We're going to hit generate. 15. Feline Mays. Oh my gosh, Feline, I don't think you've ever won this. Awesome sauce. And so what happens is I have a drawer, and I call it my vault, of bundles that I get when I close workshops at half off. I close a $450 workshop, I get a half off item. And what I do is I get them and I use them as prizes. And so this is a half off bundle. So Feline will get to pick what I'll show her. I take a picture of it and I'll hopefully, I don't know, Feline, if you buy every bundle or not, but hopefully I have a bundle that she's interested in that she would get it for half off. So that's how I do that. Jean said, when is the MS benefit? So let me show you. If you go to my website and you toggle on my events calendar to April, I don't have much stuff out here, but if you go to April 12th, if you go to April 12th, we've got it already created, the cover photo here, okay? And then if you're looking for the Wounded Warrior, we're gonna go with the Wounded Warrior again because it was good. We're good with that. So we decided to go back with the Wounded Warrior project for the card making benefit to support veterans. It's November 1st. And so you can see that here, and we've got the cover photo. So those are the two benefits. I've got them both created and out there. Now, when you get my events calendar in a paper form, you'll see that in there. And also when you get my Word calendar, they'll be out there in extras in those 2 months. So April 12th and November 1st. Tyler's calling me. All right. He went to Mexico while I went to Vegas and he's on his way home right now. So, all right. What a sweetheart she is. What? I made a live. Susan Sanders. Yay, you made a live. Yay. So happy that you're here. You guys, we had so many people watching for the first time. It's awesome. Very good. I'm so happy you guys could make it live. Now, if you're watching this on the replay, or if I missed a comment that you might have asked me a question, I always tell people after the live, I don't generally go back and look at comments, or I'm on to the next thing, and that's probably a bad thing, but I do tell everybody that if you need something, if you need help with something, or if you have a question and I'm not live at the time that you ask it, that you should call me, text me, Facebook message me, or email me so that I can help you with it, because I don't generally go back and look through comments. I don't have the bandwidth to go back and look through comments. My priority is responding to people's emails, text messages, phone calls, and not necessarily voicemails, but phone calls. So if you call me and you get my voicemail, the best thing for you to do is to email me or text me, and then we'll call each other. If I miss your call, that is. So, and the other thing is private Facebook messages to my personal account. So those are your ways that you're best to get me, and I can help you as best I can then. So wonderful. Now, the $1 million question is, what did I forget? What did I forget? Well, it doesn't matter, because if I forgot something, we're going to be live tomorrow at 2 o'clock because we're going to do the Little Bit Festive Stamp-a-Stack. So reach out if you need anything between now and then. Message me if there are no stamping emergencies. Tyler told me there's no such thing. So, but if there is something that you need immediately, it's best you call. And otherwise, I will get back to you as fast as I can via one of the other ways I can communicate with you. So, okay. I'm going to wrap it up and call it a night for my lives. And Tyler should be home any minute. I haven't seen him since last week, Thursday morning, when he was leaving the room at 3 in the morning. So it'll be good to spend some time with him tonight. So, all right, you guys, lots of sunshine, love, and big hugs. We will see you tomorrow at 2 Central. Bye.